Welcome to all of you. In this lecture, we are going to have a revisit of Twiddle factor, then 8-point DFT calculation, finally inverse DFT calculation. First have a remembrance of what we have calculated with respect to the DFT. We have calculated 4-point DFT, that is capital letter N is equal to 4, that indicates the length of the sequence. So omega 4 power 0 to omega 4 power 3 we have calculated, and these are the corresponding values of it. If we extend this value 3 to the 4, 5, 6, what happens? That is also mentioned in the previous lecture, and the same is being represented here itself. Omega 4 power 4 will be equal to omega 4 power 0, and its value will be 1. So what this is going to indicate is, with respect to a fixed value of capital letter N, if we keep increasing the value of small letter n, then the values will become cyclic in nature. So after 3, 4 we are going to have, then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So these values will remain constant, and over a unit circle these will keep circulating in a proper manner. So values are not going to change. This will become circular in nature. So it has been set to calculate for n is equal to 8, the Twiddle factor for n is equal to 8. Hope you have just gone through those concepts and try to map the values onto the unit circle. If you make the calculation, then these are the set of values that you are going to get. Mapping these values directly onto the unit circle seems to be a little bit difficult, because it contains combination of real and complex values. So I'm just going to tell you how to map the first two values. Remaining you can identify that. Omega 8 power 0 is equal to 1, real positive value we are going to have. So real positive value in the sense on the x-axis towards the right hand side, so value is equal to 1. So Twiddle factor value is equal to 1. Omega 8 power 1 is 0.707 minus j 0.707. So first part, the real positive value, we can identify 0.707, somewhere here we are going to get. So second one, complex value, negative complex value we are going to have. So minus j 0.707, negative complex value 0.707, somewhere at this location. Now by combination of the real and complex, if you draw a line towards the unit circle, we are going to get this location. It's an approximate representation. So this location indicates omega 8 power 1. Similarly, you can keep mapping all these values on this unit circle. Now let us have a revisit of the definitions of the DFT and the IDFT. So this is what the DFT we had used till now. In some of the context, instead of representing the Twiddle factor, they also make a representation directly with exponential. Either you write the DFT formula like this or like this, both of them are going to be correct. Similarly for the IDFT, so write like this considering the Twiddle factor, or write the formula by considering the exponential. Both of these two are equal and we can make use of it in an interchangeable manner. Again, you need to remember, DFT can be applied on discrete, periodic and finite length sequence. Now let us take the calculation of an 8-point DFT. Go through the statement. Find the 8-point DFT of the sequence x of n is equal to 1 for small letter n ranging from 0 to 3, 0 for small letter n ranging from 4 to 7. So this indicates totally there are 8 points ranging from 0 to 7. First 4 values will have the value 1, and continuation 4, remaining 4 last 4 values will have the value 0. That is what is being represented over here as a given data. So x of n will have the sequence 1 1 1 1, first 4 values as 1, then 0 0 0 0, the last 4 values as 0. So total 8 points we are going to have. So 8 values, we call it as 8 points. So length of the sequence, capital letter N is equal to 8. We need to calculate the DFT at the points k is equal to 0 1 2 up to 7. For each value of k, we need to make the calculation. So let us start with the calculation. Remember, x of n is in the time domain and we are converting that into the frequency domain. So this is the DFT formula we are going to have. Now for this formula we are going to make the substitution of capital N. By that we are going to get x of k is equal to summation 0 to 7 x of n omega 8 nk we are going to have. So 8 indicates the length of the sequence. Now in the calculation, let us start with the value k is equal to 0, the very first value. So x of k is equal to summation n is equal to 0 to 7 x of n omega 8 nk we are going to have. Now expand this summation by considering k is equal to 0. So x of 0 omega 8, 0 into 0, first 0 indicates small letter n, second one indicates value of k. So n is equal to 0, k is equal to 0, therefore 0 into 0 we are going to have. Then x of 1 omega 8, 1 into 0, k value remains 0 throughout this particular representation. Only n value will keep varying from 0 1 2 3 up to the value 7. So final expression x of 7 omega 8 power 7 into 0 we are going to have. Now let us make substitution to all of this. So x of 0 to x of 7 are known values that is being given in the data. Twiddle factor value we can calculate. In this particular case 0 into 0 is 0, 1 into 0 is 0. Therefore all these twiddle factors will become omega 8 power 0, that is always equal to 1. That is being given represented over here, which are all represented within the bracket. That is the twiddle factor value. Outside the bracket is what this x of n sequence value we are going to have. X of 0 is equal to 1, very first value, that is being represented here. Twiddle factor is also 1, like that. X of 1 is equal to 1, twiddle factor is equal to 1, like that. We have substituted all over, and by simplifying this we are going to get the answer as 4. Similarly, we need to make the continuation of this calculation for k is equal to 1 to up to 7. So we need to have the values of this twiddle factor. So it is quite difficult to remember since there are total 8 values. If you can remember, it will be always good. So a part of the calculation we are going to reduce. It is not required to show how we got this value while calculating the DFT. Just substitution of these values in the solution is what we require. So after completion of the calculation, we are going to get this sequence x of k is equal to 4 1 minus 2.4142 I. You can use the term I or the j, both of them are going to be correct. Just for the sake of your understanding, so I have just represented here as I. Don't confuse why it has not been represented as j. J or I, both of them are going to give you the same representations. So this is what we are going to get the final solution. Now let us start with the inverse DFT calculation. So this is the inverse DFT formula we are going to have. In this case, you must remember we are having the values in the frequency domain, that is x of k will be given, and we are converting that back to the time domain, that is x of n. Once again we are going to have this twiddle factor representation. We need to calculate this twiddle factor because the sign of the power in the twiddle factor has got changed with respect to the DFT. Therefore we need to recalculate it. There is another way in which we can identify that. Just for n is equal to 4, the twiddle factor for the DFT and the twiddle factor for the IDFT is being represented here. What you can identify is the twiddle factor of IDFT is just complex conjugate of the twiddle factors of the DFT. That's what you can identify. Complex conjugate in the sense, if a complex value is present, then if you take the conjugate of that, sign of that complex value is going to revert. If minus is there, then it will become plus. Plus is there, it will become minus. So that's what we say complex conjugate. For real value, complex conjugate will not going to change its sign. It will remain as it is. Therefore, for omega 4 power 0 in the DFT, it is equal to 1. In the IDFT also it is equal to 1. In the DFT, this value is minus j. In the IDFT, it will be the complex conjugate, so it will become plus j. Then here it is minus 1. Same here also minus 1, because this is a real value. For real value, complex conjugate is not going to make any changes. Here it is j, and here it has become minus j. So the sign of the complex value has got changed over here. So once you can remember these values with respect to DFT, you can just identify these values with respect to IDFT also. Now these are the 4 twiddle factor values we are going to make use, provided the given sequence length is equal to 4. If it is 8, then whatever the DFT value we have calculated for 8, its complex conjugate we need to take, and then we need to make the solution. Let us consider a problem. The problem statement is: calculate the IDFT of the sequence x of k is equal to 2, 1 minus j, 0, 1 plus j. Identify what are all being given. Length of the sequence we can identify, n is equal to 4. Now small letter n, 0, 1, 2, 3. At each values of the small letter n, we need to calculate the IDFT. So IDFT formula is being represented over here. With respect to the given sequence, x of 0 is 2, x of 1 is 1 minus j, x of 2 is 0, x of 3 is 1 plus j. With respect to the location, the coefficient values are being given. This is from the given data itself. You need to remember this IDFT twiddle factor values. Continuation. So at n is equal to 0, the first calculation we are going to make. So x of 0 is equal to 1 by 4, the scaling factor with respect to capital letter n. So n value is equal to 4, that is being represented over here. So 1 by 4 summation k is equal to 0 to 3 x of k omega 4 minus nk we are going to have. Now expand this with respect to n is equal to 0, and then with respect to this summation we are going to get x of 0 omega 4 minus 0 into 0. So this 0 represents n and this one represents the k value. In the first case, both of them are equal to 0, and throughout this calculation n value remains 0, k value will keep changing from 0 to 3. So then x of 1 is x of 1 into omega 4 minus 0 into 1, x of 2 omega 4 minus 0 into 2, plus x of 3 omega 4 minus 0 into 3 we are going to have. So multiplying of these two values will always lead us to 0, that is 0 into 1, 0 into 2, 0 into 3 will always lead us to 0. And remember, there is nothing like omega 4 to the power of minus 0, either minus 0 or the plus 0, the power value, it will remain equal to omega 4 power 0 only. Therefore, its value will become equal to 1. So that is being identified over here. So just go through the sequence. This 2 is the sequence of x of k, that is x of 0 is 2, that's why 2 is present over here. Then this 1 represents the twiddle factor. Then 1 minus j is the value at position x of 1, then twiddle factor, then 0 is at the value at the location x of 2, this is 1 is twiddle factor, then 1 plus j is the value at the location x of 3 multiplied with 1, this is the twiddle factor value. Simplifying all this, we are going to get the value 1. Similarly, we are going to have the calculation with respect to n is equal to 1. So what you need to identify, the twiddle factor value is not equal to 1 in these cases. So it is 1, then j, then it is minus 1, then it is minus j. So like this, by making the substitution and solving this, we are going to get the value 1. Similarly, we need to continue that with respect to n is equal to 2 and n is equal to 3. So expansion is being done over here. So summation k is equal to 0 to 3 x of k omega 4 minus nk along with this scaling factor. We are going to make this expansion, and then for these expanded values we are going to make the substitution, and after simplification of this we are going to get the answer as 0. Similarly, it has been done for n is equal to 3 expanded, then the values are substituted. After simplification we have got the value 0. Once we have calculated for all the 4 values, we need to represent that in a row matrix, that is x of n is equal to 1 1 0 0. Remember, now this sequence is going to be the time domain sequence, that is input for this particular calculation is in the frequency domain. We are converting the value from frequency domain to the time domain. So the answer in this case is in the time domain. So try to have 1 or 2 values as an input by yourself, and you can try to identify its IDFT calculation. Thanks for joining.